Hey, greetings and salutations to you, people of the interwebs. Welcome to yet another Transformers Kingdom unboxing and first impressions. Today we're going to be looking at this guy. This is Waspinator. Waspinator, standard cannon fodder of the Beast Wars show, the butt of all the jokes, the mightiest thorax in town, the guy who falls to pieces with the merest brush of wind, and fan favourite character, Waspinator. We like Waspinator, we don't like wasps. Wasps are alright, they serve a purpose. Don't let people tell you they don't. They serve a purpose. So, picture of a wasp, picture of Waspinator again. Our work has been really good throughout this series. We have some product shots at the back, and normally they have in the past had some kind of footprint or skeletal thing or something to suggest the character in this space here, this dead space here. Waspinator, they must have given up at this stage. Final wave. Well, not even. Is it final wave? Final wave, maybe. Yeah, for deluxes. Okay, let's get him open and check this guy out. So, again, out of the packaging. Some instructions and warnings are in there. Accessory, look to the back. There he is. These twisty ties. What I've not really commented on is these twisty ties. They don't have those annoying plastic discs anymore that went along with them, which is great because I'm still picking those up. They're still finding them in my house. He has a card. It's Decepticons, Megatron, and we peel that sticker back, and he throws a rave or something like that, or he's triumphant. Throws a rave, yeah, small Megatron style. Megatron, everyone. We've got our twisty ties here on our main guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, not that aggressively tied in compared to some of the other guys, but he does have his own wings and backpack here is actually more of a hurdle. There we go. I don't think he needs any twisty ties at all. His own friction from his own thing. So let's tidy him up. Waspinator. Shake test seat. This guy's not as wobbly as some of the others. That's cool. We're going to make it out. He's got some a big old block of light pipe in there. Let's see, we thought we might have had a torch, but it's not to hand. Anyway, he's got a big old square there with his purple translucent plastic, which is also in his wings and the eyeballs of the wasp here. So yeah, and he's got all these typical Waspinator legs just hanging about, getting in the way. He's on a slight ball joint there for the head, so we can get some quizzical little head tilts. Yeah, that head sculpt is near enough perfect, I think. So jolly and Waspinator-ish and full of that kind of enthusiasm that Waspinator has, that cheerful euphemism, not euphemism, enthusiasm that Waspinator has for no reason whatsoever, because, you know, his life ends up in pain. Yeah, so you can separate that wasp head up and, you know, get that across the body to give him his more robot mode look. Standard universals at the shoulder. You get some good motion outward, all the way around. Bicep swivel. Single joints at the elbow. It does have a wrist swivel, and you can move this big old brown wasp leg. Turns here, and doesn't have an ab crunch or anything like that. Universals here at the legs, so you just can move stuff around, try and get him the full splits. His thorax is going to get in the way of him kicking back, but he can kick forward, quite a high kick. Nice deep bend there at the knee, and of course ankle tilts, because it wouldn't be the War for Cybertron line without them. So that's annoying, because that comes unplugged quite easily, so while you're moving him around. But there you go. Now, I did have the original Waspinator toy. It's probably around somewhere, but I never got round to the thrilling 30 version. But I did get, since it's appropriately Halloweeny enough, did get this, one of these War Rooders, and this fantastic Beetlejuice type colour scheme, so you can see them together. Waspinator is significantly shorter, but you know, I mean, it means there's a bit of variety there if you were going to have a swarm of Waspinators. Not that they ever swarmed. There's only one Waspinator. There's only one Waspinator. There's only one Waspinator. So again, with your Siege class, Deluxe class, Siege Sideswipe, it was, you know, quite short and stocky from that first wave. Here we go. This is where we are now. This is what we're, for your Beast Wars Deluxes. This is, oh, people are getting shorter and shorter. Talking of short, here he is in a classic G.I. Joe scale with the Dreadnought Dread Pirate Zanzibar. If you wanted to be a buzz off in your Master of the Universe, here he is with Bisto's Fisto. It's everyone's favourite Baristo silver-plated Fisto. I was into the Master of the Universe before it was cool. And we use standard Marvel Legends. Sweet boy, much destroyed in Deadpool 2. It is Shatterstar. There you go. Oh, yeah. He's got a gun. Well, he's got a stinger. He can hold it in his hand. Well done, Waspinator. It's pretty cool. It's, you know, nicely detailed. It looks like that, you know, stay the fuck away, I'm an arse dagger going on about it. So yeah, that's it. And these antennae move, so I guess he's not the Retgar. He's not the only Transformer around with posable nipples. Ooh yeah. Waspinator, ladies and gentlemen. So he is a Transformer, he does transform, so we're going to do that momentarily. And when I say momentarily, I mean now. So we're just going to separate this piece up here, bring this head together. There's a hole near the back of his head. There's a tab in that bit of there's the thorax, there's the head, and there's a bit the insect eye, I have no idea what it's called. Let's just leave it at that. So this bit is wanting to be separate since we got him open, so we'll separate it from there. We'll fold these. Let's see. Again, there's there's a rotation here. So that rotates, folds around. Let's just get these. Oh, clicks into place soundly. Just going to fold these feet up. They do peg together as well. Let's see. So his feet peg together. I'm going to move the arms first, I think. This rotates as well, so I don't think that has anything to do with it. So these, oh, this is waist swivel, isn't it? All right. Let's have a look. I'm just going to bring these like that under there. And then bring this. These peg together, okay. Kind of all loosely goosey. Kind of, sort of, make a wasp, and this is one of these where everything pegs together, and then it decides, no, I don't want to peg together. You see U transformers. Which just means there's something a little bit off somewhere, just a little bit. Because they kind of, you know, design nowadays on a computer level. So sometimes it's like if you just get something off ever so much by a fraction, it means the tabs just aren't quite going to align. They're less forgiving than they used to be, even though, you know, it's still quite a simple transformation, but you just have that, like, oh well, if that thigh is not rotated to exactly 45 degrees, then it's just not going to peg in perfectly. It'll just still peg in, it'll just rest in and pop out. So that's as clean as we're going to get. So yeah, that pegs in. Oh, look at that. Ah, stagger. Oh, yeah, I like it. It's got 6 legs. It's got some translucent wings. It's got these big translucent purple eyes that look brilliant. You can move his mandibles, and I'm not going to start doing articulation for these legs, because as soon as I start doing that, everything starts to unpeg. But there's some kind of rotation at these legs, and that's pretty much it. That's your Waspinator. It'd be nice if there was an easy port to reach to somewhere, so if you had some kind of flight stand, you could peg it in and have him flying. But yeah, that's pretty all right, especially compared to some of the others. I'm looking at you, Scorponok. Yeah, he's quite cool. Waspinator is impressed. So yeah, that's Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Waspinator. He may be the very last deluxe class figure I look at, depending whether or not I get pipes. I like pipes, so I might pick up pipes. I should probably pick up pipes, but and then Pterosaur as well. So he's not the last deluxe we're going to look at. I'm just threatening you with that. But yeah, I think if you like Waspinator, if you like Beast Wars, it is a recommendation. I don't think this Friendly 30 mold as cool again as the sculpt is and everything on this. It does have problems standing up and so forth. It's a chunkier figure. You get a lot more with it. You get like this big, his stinger's got more involved there. But I think, this has its merits as well, and as does the original toy. I think the original toy, aside from, obviously they took the head sculpt, the monster head sculpt from Waspinator, and then developed it in their own ways for the show, so it's not accurate as these other head sculpts are. But other than that, I think the original toy might still be the best Waspinator. Which is kind of the thing when you start to update characters that aren't G1 characters, is that they were a level of engineering and production that sometimes the modern teams just don't scratch. So, yeah, that's the issue, I think, sometimes, especially when we're modernising figures, especially like from the ball joint era. And there's a lot of guys, I think, in Armada and stuff like that can do a decent job of updating, because some of those were just bricks guys. But some of the Beast Wars with all the ball joints and stuff and posability, yeah, and the level of paint and everything, and integrated weapons and all that type of stuff. Had missiles that were hidden in his wings and stuff like that. Just beautiful things like that. They just don't do anymore. Well, firing missiles for a start. Got someone's eye out. Think of the liabilities. Anyway, I've been you. You've been me. No, you know what I mean. What I mean is, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's reach out across the screens, across the multiverse of Transformer fans, and give each other a good old fist bumping. Fisto! Fisto!